you come from Argentina, you're in Playa. So what made you decide to come to Playa, or did you stop somewhere before you came to Playa? And how hard is it to like establish a business like in a foreign country? Like, what were some of the challenges you had?
You don't know how to do a business, you are not an
Yeah.
entrepreneur yet. You dream to be an entrepreneur and have money and have clients, and you dream to do what you want, and you dream to have a business that is your dream. But when you are into the industry, you see that is a lot of competition.
So how do you deal with that when people are just focused on price? Or do you typically just walk away from that, or do you really try to convince them? Like, what does that look like? Because different
I
people
never
have
try
different
to
sales strategies.
convince. I help you to understand how to show to the people what you do so they value because you are Vanessa, because you are Christopher, more than your services.
Okay. So how do people get in contact with you if they want to reach out to you and inquire for your services? What is the best way to get in contact with you?
And another thing is super interesting that when people ask you about the price, maybe it's not a good lead. Why?
That's true.
Because and photography changed my life.
Today, I have a young lady from Playa del Carmen, and we're going to talk to her a little bit about her journey, how she came to be in Playa del Carmen, and we're going to talk a little bit about her business and some of the things she does there. And then we're also going to give you guys some information so at the end, so you can get in contact with her if you would like to reach out. So, Vanessa, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm Vanessa from Argentina, living in Playa for 10 years.
10 years in Playa. So let's talk a little bit about your journey. So you come from Argentina, you're in Playa. So what made you decide to come to Playa, or did you stop somewhere before you came to Playa?
I decided to move when I was 29, and later I decided Mexico because it looked like the Caribbean tropical weather will change my life. And live near the beach, it was my dream. So when I was 29, I was checking many countries, and I saw that Mexico it was a bit easier if you know English, for example. So they have many hotels, and you can work in many options. And later I decided to come for 2 months to 7 cities. And I did Couchsurfing. That is a website that people host you for free. And 1 year later, I saved money and I came to live without family, without a house, without
Wow.
friends, without a job. So I didn't apply for any visa because it's not possible directly and quickly. So the best option it was to look for a work. And later I find one 2 months later, and they contract me in resort to do entertainment team.
Wow, wow. So so what made you decide that you wanted to leave? Like, what was the moment when you were back home in Argentina and you said, "Hey, I don't think this is the place for me. I need to go somewhere else." Was it something specific that happened, or was it just an epiphany?
I was on crisis. I was a journalist on the for the mayor in Buenos Aires for 7 years. The salary was $500, and I was like not living a good life in the way that economical the country is a bit complicated. So I decided to move to try another life, and my dream was live near the beach. And when I came like 2 months for holidays in 7 states, all the people opened their arms for me and the houses, and it was super easy going. The weather it was beautiful, and I really enjoy Playa del Carmen, and I decided to come to try for 1 year, and I stayed for them.
Wow. That's what you hear from people all the time. They come to just check it out, and then they end up, if they leave, they end up coming back, or they come here and then they end up just staying. So everybody on the channel that follows me on my channel, they know that I still live in Atlanta, Georgia. My goal is to retire in the Playa del Carmen area. I already purchased a house in Acoma, and but I love Playa so much. To be honest, if I would have found Playa before Acoma, I don't think I would have purchased my property there. But that's neither here or there. So now you're here in Playa. You've been established here with your business. how hard has it been? How hard is it to like establish a business like in a foreign country? Like, what were some of the challenges you had?
I'm a Latin. My English is not perfect, so my first challenge it was the pronunciation and the speaking. I didn't was fluent at the beginning, so when resource contract me, they give me a house, transportation, and food for 1 year. Later, I grew my English for 4 years in resorts. I did concierge. Later, I was a manager of events, and later my English it was going super better, and I was like improving my English every day with the clients. In Playa, if you work for somebody, you work 6 days at the week, normally in resorts and the industry of the service. So it's a bit complicated because you don't have a life to live and they don't pay a lot. So depends what you do. Like real estate is super better and it's more like a freelancer job. So I was looking for do something on my career when they give me my visa, the permanent one, 5 years later. So I take my visa and I stay. And later I was thinking to start to do marketing. I'm a mentor of marketing. I study communication in Argentina. And later a client give me a camera like a present, American client. And later I was starting a new business, totally different. And photography changed my life.
Wow, photography changed your life. So you kind of, so you weren't really looking to get into photography. It kind of just happened based on some of the things you were doing. And so you said you've been here for 10 years. So you were doing various different things. And how long have you been doing the photography piece?
Oh, like 6 years and a half.
Okay, so you've been doing it a long time now. Okay, great. And so how tough is it in an area for like Playa del Carmen for a for somebody who's in photography? Like, so is it tough to get leads? What does your typical day look like?
It's like complicated when you start a business because you don't know how to do a business. You are not an
Yeah.
entrepreneur yet. You dream to be an entrepreneur and have money and have clients, and you dream to do what you want, and you dream to have a business that is your dream. But when you are into the industry, you see that is a lot of competition, that you see that a lot of people have a camera, that a lot of people charge low than you, and you want to charge more and you want better leads and you want international leads coming to Playa.
Mhm.
So the thing for me it was to connect with people to understand how they do the business. I take 2 years checking how to do it, asking to the people, um, texting to the people on Facebook, adding all the photographers in the area to see what they are doing. Everybody said, you are not good enough for this, come back to your country. And later I was thinking, I'm enough, I can do it, I can sell. And later I started to do a strategy of marketing, digital marketing, organic marketing for 7 years. And now it's a big industry and a lot of people call me directly and it's a system and I never did ads, meta ads for Facebook. So I'm super proud of all the work that it takes to be entrepreneur and later when you connect with the people, you see that everything is easier because everybody can reference you and you can do a lot of meetings with new people and everybody needs photography and marketing. So it's like you need to know a lot of selling, a lot of marketing, and you need to go deeper in different things. It's not just a profession. You need to
Mhm.
know a lot of things to sell.
Yeah, and it takes connecting with people because you're right. Like in this business, we're all selling ourselves, whether it's my channel, me and my regular profession. We have to find ways to set ourselves apart. So you said it's very competitive as far as pricing. Of course, you want to be able to charge an acceptable wage for the work that you put in. So what are some of the things that you do to kind of differentiate yourself from some of your competition that makes me say, hey, I wouldn't mind paying a little bit extra for her because she's going to deliver. What does that mean for you?
I give value, I talk to the people, and I ask questions. When you ask questions, you have information. When you have information, you have the money on your hand because you have the emotions and you understand what is happening in the problem that the person have and you try to give a solution understanding the context of the client. It's not just to sell a service, it's
Mhm.
really more than that. It's to connect with the lead in a sense that they need you and you need them. And it's a exchange that is super, super rich, is super valuable for them and for me. And later we are like a family. It's not just a give a
Exactly.
service and done.
No, I totally agree with that. Like if you anytime when you come from sales or marketing and you're trying to make a connection with some people, I think the most successful people are the people who try to form connections and don't look at it as just a transaction, right? Because the transaction mind said, "Hey, I can get you to pay me this money, then I won't ever need you again," right? But if you kind of approach it from the standpoint of, hey, like I'm trying to create a partnership, right? So anytime you think of this service, you think of me, then it's definitely a different approach. So I definitely agree with that. I pretty much use that strategy when it comes to my sales as well. Not selling like a transactional, but more of a long-term relationship. And it seems like that works for you.
Yeah,
So
and then another thing is super interesting that when people ask you about the price, maybe it's not a good lead. Why?
that's true.
Because they ask the price to 10 photographers in one day. And when they ask to you, you figure it out that is looking for a price, not for a value. So maybe
That's
it's not
true.
about price. Maybe it's about human being talking with another human that have problems, and maybe the picture is just a picture, and maybe inside the
Mhm.
picture is a lot of more deeper things that you need to ask to figure out what they need in marketing. When I do a mentor of marketing, when I help the people with the business, and when I tell them how I grow my business for 6 years, it's like where you are, what do you want, and what you offer. Because if you don't know really what you are offering, you will never sell.
That's true. So you told us a little bit about your journey. You told us a little bit high level what you do. So tell me exactly what do you actually do in your business on a day-to-day business? I know you said photography and marketing, but can you break it down in a little bit more detail for us?
I do personal brand for the people. A person that have a business and don't have a personal brand is missing the market,
Hmm.
because you need a personal brand for everything mostly. If you are a teacher, English teacher, for example, in Playa, if you offer services, if you have products to sell, I help you to understand how to show to the people what you do. So they value because you are Vanessa, because you are Christopher, more than your services. So this is a personal brand that I work with the people in Playa, normally Latin people or entrepreneurs from another countries, expats in Playa. They need a lot of strategy, how to sell, how to start, how to build, how to have an evolution in the business.
Hmm.
So it's all that I do. And I use a lot of organic marketing, and I teach to the people how to be viral, just giving value to the people.
Sure. So it's interesting. I definitely love what you do, but it's one of those things where, some people starting out may not recognize that they have a need for your service. So how do you break through to those people that like they're just starting out and hey, they want to do a business, but they don't even understand what the missing link is. So how do you articulate it to them to say, hey, this is what you actually need. This is what you're looking for.
I go to events. I'm in the middle of expats all the time. All my clients are digital nomads. I work remote. A lot of people want to see me in person because they don't understand how to be remote 100%. So I do a mix sometimes, if they are in Playa, to talk to the people and see where they are and ask to them, well, what do you think? What do you want in 5 years? What do you think about who you are? What do you give? And what is your mission? And when you ask these three questions, they open their eyes and they start to think what they want, because it's not just selling, it's about your mission in life.
Exactly. Exactly. And if you could bring those things together, people, I guess they can realize what they actually need. Okay,
Or
great.
not, but you can help them.
That's that's true, right? Because you can't help everybody. That's right.
No,
You definitely cannot
you
help
need
everybody.
to, and you must say no sometimes.
That's true. That's true. So how do you deal with that when people are just focused on price? Or do you typically just walk away from that? or do you really try to convince them? Like, what does that look like? Because different
I
people
never
have
try
different
to
sales strategies.
convince. I try to tell them that if they are looking for a price, I'm not the good person for them. And I asked for them, you are looking for quality or for quantity? And they stop the chat or they answer
Got it, got it, got it, got it.
and they
Okay,
are afraid
got it, got it, got it. So
and they go.
how many clients do you typically work with at a time? Do you take on a lot of clients? What does it look like?
At the beginning, I did one-to-one because they asked for one-to-one
Sure.
Zoom call every week for 3 months or 4 months. Like it's a long way to process and to go. It's not something faster. But normally, the best idea that I have for next year is Groupal. So you can do online marketing, mentoring, and later you have a lot of people with different niche talking about the same problems.
Got it.
So this
That
is a
makes
good
sense.
idea for me.
And I guess that makes it a little bit more competitive, the price. If it's a group session, then you can buy in as a part of a group.
It's expensive, but it's something that people can grow together
Yeah,
and they can see your business and they can see your same problems in different niche and everybody can grow in a way that we don't need to be 100 persons. With 10 people, 15 people, 20 people in the same line, in the same focus to grow and in the same moment on the business is going good.
good. So how would you say business is for you overall right now? Is business doing well? What are things looking like? Is your business seasonal? Like, is it like during certain times of year you get a lot of business and sometimes it's low? Like, what does business look for you? Is it pretty steady or is it up and down?
The remote job, like the marketing, is all the year because there's entrepreneurs in every corner. So it's easy to have clients in Playa if you have a differential things to offer. And of course, photography is high season, December, January, February. March is going super down. June, July is super down, and later is going up in final of November. But still you do marketing. For example, in my business, everybody need pictures, the entrepreneurs. And the tourists, they need pictures when they come. So they can do reservations for January now, for February, for March. There's many weddings, small weddings. There's many events. So wherever you go, every event that you go, they will see you and they will start to respect you and they will start to be your friend and they will always want your pictures or your services because it depends of the branding that you build in Playa.
Got it, got it, got it. Okay. So how do people get in contact with you if they want to reach out to you and inquire for your services? What is the best way to get in contact with you?
WhatsApp is super directly, so I can give my number, and Facebook too.
Facebook too? Okay, great. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll make sure we post your information in this video. But it's definitely been a pleasure talking to you. I know you have a ton of things going on today and also taking this interview on Christmas Eve. And I'm
Yes,
sure you have some things going on. Hopefully you're taking a break tomorrow for Christmas, right?
I will today
Uh,
and tomorrow.
Okay, so you're off today and tomorrow, then it's right back to work.
Always working on the social media 1 hour per day and always on Zoom because it's easy on the phone, any bar, you can be
That's
remote.
true.
So it's a mix about beach, about Caribbean, about expats, events, and photography and marketing at the same time.
Got it, got it, got it. Well, again, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us today. We definitely appreciate it. And anybody that wants to connect with Vanessa, definitely please reach out. I will definitely have the information in this video. And Vanessa, once again, thank you for taking time with me. Go back to enjoying your Christmas and your holidays. And hey, everybody, you heard what Vanessa's doing. Anytime you want to do it, you just got to get out there and go and do it. And sometimes you may need some help along the way. But don't forget, everybody, just keep running those plays. Thanks, Vanessa. Talk to you later.
Thank
Bye.
you.